you don't know over the years we've been rivals, you know, and you know we take the music so far, you know, like if you can think of it worldwide, you know what I mean, Tool youth from the ghetto, from the street, you know what I mean, so don't know after everything, you know, after a storm there is always a calm, you know what I mean, and you don't know sometimes it's storm again, but you know, we just try, you know, to keep the unity, you know. So.
Watch out, boom shot. You tell him say there is a make the weight and murmur now. So this one is sure shot. Him can't stop. Boom shots.
Boom shots.
Boom, watch this. Boom shot. Gully God. You don't know there in that place. That's what I say. All who want mama son pop down. First class pan a flight me the strap down. Nah use them. Nah use them. Boom shot. Them can't see a pop down.
No, I was recently asked to put together a Pepsi, you know, top 20 reggae dancehall songs, and one of the songs that I did add to the list was "Nah Use Them."
Yeah, that's
a
huge song.
You know, what is, you know, where did that come from? What was that song? Because it was
well,
really
it's all about. It's all about, you know. It's just a life story. You know what I mean? People get up and fight. You know, the same kind of people, you know, where you help and you know them come around you and become successful. You know what I mean? And then them still turn on and try to fight you. So that's why I say, give them your things and them still turn around and shoot you. You know what I mean?
And that's a real thing, because you've had so many... You always talk about your experiences through music, but even at this level now, I mean, I recently read about last time you were in New York, you were having a meal with your family at a restaurant, and, you know, there was a situation with that. Yeah. There's always things that come up, and
that's
even at this level,
use them, man. Nah, use them. You know what I mean?
And do your problems get any different? I mean, getting shunned at a fancy restaurant is different from other things that you've talked about in the past, where, you know, you've had problems with the law. They've been they've been very trickery, especially when you're in Jamaica. There's always
problems.
Exactly. So do the problems ever go away, or do they just change?
You don't know. At times, you know, situation can change for the best at times, and it can change for the worse. You know what I mean? But I myself, David Brooks, I just try to change my situations. You know what I mean? And you know, from I am the one who's trying to change my situation, then it is only gonna be for the good. You know what I mean? So that is what I have done, you know, and trying to do even right now, you know, as I'm, you know, as we speak. You know what I mean? Because, you know, it's all about, you know, it's from nothing to something.
Right. I mean, you always rep that, and you obviously are a good example of someone who has literally, like, progressed at every stage of your career.
Yeah.
But
this is like my 10th year.
Exactly. Yeah. And I know that there's different people know you at different times of your career too, because, you know, as you progress, there's different audiences, but somehow you seem to have kept your core audience, because sometimes when people extend themselves, they sometimes lose their core audience, but you haven't done that. Is that very difficult to juggle?
Well, I mean, for me, you know what I mean? For me, it within the music, nothing seems hard for me. You know what I mean? Because I'm just a naturalist. You know what I mean? Of the music or of anything that I try to do or I want to do or anything that I've done. It seems so easy. You know what I mean? Just because of, you know, the whole growth with the music and everything. You know what I mean? If you get up and you do something every day, you know what I mean, you're going to get better at it. Mm-hmm. You know, so.
I mean, talking about growth, you have come a long way with even, I mean, there was a time once where your name and Kartel's name was talked about as in rivalry. I mean, I remember the last time I spoke to you in Miami, I think it was one of the Mali festivals, and you know, you actually even saying you were praying for him during his trials, which is a big growth situation, despite what, you know, people ever talked about the Gaza Gully thing. That's come such a long way. And now there's, you know, lots of things on, you know, the internet where they've talked about you going to visit Kartel. Is that Is that the case?
I mean, I wasn't in Jamaica, so I couldn't visit him. You know what I mean? But you know, people always say a lot of things. People even say that my father got dip.
Got
And all of that, and I'm still in the US. You know what I mean? So there's so much things that people said at times. You know what I mean? I guess this is what we work so hard for. You know what I mean? So you don't know.
So people there's always rumors, and there's always and talking about, you just mentioned dip. I mean, there was this whole thing about
that's what I'm trying
petition
to say.
And is that all just? There's that much hate for real?
It's just so much hate from the ones who you put to a certain level in life. That is what I'm trying to say to you, you know. Mm-hmm. That's why I said, use them. Because them dig them pit and them waiting to so fall in it.
Right. And then I just want to touch on the song that's been taken over the airwaves everywhere, with Future and Ace, Not Going Back.
Ain't going back, bro.
Ain't going back.
Yeah, bro. Street song. And watch this now. We're putting out the remix today.
Of
with
that
me and
song?
Vybz. Yeah, with me and Vybz Kartel on it. Yes.
How did that come about, actually?
Well, you know, as I said, you don't know, over the years, we've been rivals, you know? And, you know, we take the music so far, you know? Like, if you can think of it, worldwide. You know what I mean? Tool youth from the ghetto, from the street. You know what I mean? So, don't know, after everything, you know, after a storm, there is always a calm. You know what I mean? And you don't know, sometimes it's storm again, but, you know, we just try, you know, to keep the unity, you know, so that even the youths them can say, yo, watch how far Mavado, you know, reach as a artist, and him still reach out back and still share the glory, you know what I mean? I no bother, you know, I no hold on the glory for myself. You know what I mean? So, it's on the right.
Is that important to do as you get, you know, not all artists can think that way. Some people feel like once they reach a level, they can fly.
Because most artists, them think too, you know, too much grudge more time at, you understand me, as artists. So, you know, you have to understand, say, when you reach certain level, you know, you can make things better, you can make a good change. You just do it because that live on forever. Just like how a man that want envy and grudge and for fight against someone, he want to do that for years, 20, 30 years. You know, you can plant one little good seed and it grow. You know what I mean? So that's how it go. Natural, it's easy, you know?
I mean, his kids are now doing music, and Kartel is still someone whose music is still heard in Jamaica over and over again. So by doing these things, does this give his music life too, right?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, without even me saying that, you know, so and whatever. He's there working. You know what I mean? I'm already big. Nobody can stop that. You know what I mean? Look on Bob Marley, him dead over 30 years now. Nobody can bigger than him. You know what I mean? So just the work where you put in, and to all the people them love you, and to all the fans them love you. You understand me?